Hello, this is the Weekly Review, a program of South Sound Network making sense of relevant topics and news. My name is Roger Olfretiron Modi. I'm the producer and host. Today, we are going to look into the South Sudanese Women Intellectuals. They're an organization. They're doing a lot of work, which we're going to hear from one of their members, our guest today, Dr. Anne Pita Lomole. Welcome to the Weekly Review, Dr. Anne.
Thank you so much for inviting me, Roger. I am grateful and honored to be here today. Thank you.
Well, the South Sudan Women Intellectuals, we've seen a lot of work online that have been done by the women. We've seen panels held, discussions held, several high figures, ministers, and so on, and a lot going on. We've seen also online, on your page, it says that the South Sudan Women Intellectuals Forum is committed to realizing a free, just, and equitable society and drives change through online dialogue and community mobilization to help solve some of the challenges facing South Sudanese women in South Sudan and around the world. To our viewers who would like to know more about you, the South Sudan Women Intellectuals, give us a brief history of actually the founding and how it came into being.
Thank you so much, Roger, for that question. The South Sudanese Women Intellectuals Forum is a non-governmental organization that was initiated last year in June, and it came about from an initiative by one of our South Sudanese women, and I'll talk a little bit about her, but I'll start by just talking about what we are about. So we bring together women from South Sudan, within South Sudan, and from around the globe. And our vision is to shape the future of South Sudanese women by providing opportunities for development, career progression, and we also foster valuable connections and facilitate the success of our members by giving them opportunities in their careers and for education and for positions of influence and impact. And our platform has had sessions where we are able to dialogue and raise awareness on various issues that face our country and also recommend solutions for the same. And some of these recommendations have actually been taken up because most of our panels involve people who are in positions of influence in the Republic of South Sudan. We are also involved in active advocacy against injustice and inequality, and we embrace South Sudanese women of all ages, all industries, all cultures, and all professions. And we are also very active in encouraging collaboration within our network because we have quite a number of members, almost over 5,000, who actively participate in these dialogue sessions that we have and in our initiatives. So the South Sudanese Women Intellectuals Forum came about when one of our colleagues, my colleague and friend, her name is Aisha Anhiri, and Aisha is a gender expert who is currently based in Canada, but has over 10 years experience in the gender space, in women empowerment, and has worked in South Sudan for many years. However, at the moment, she's currently based in Canada. And Aisha felt that there was need to bring together the women of South Sudan under one umbrella so that we were able to work as a bloc and impact change in South Sudan. And therefore, South Sudanese Women Intellectuals Forum is actually like an umbrella body that brings together the South Sudanese women to ensure that we are able to focus on and discuss issues that affect women, children, and the vulnerable in South Sudan, and issues that affect South Sudanese in general, and be able to impact change by discussing these issues, discussing the challenges, and coming up with possible solutions for some of the issues that we face. Over time, our membership has grown to include women from all the 64 tribes of South Sudan and include women in the diaspora. And we have grown to be a source of knowledge and a hub of knowledge because we have South Sudanese women from every area and sector who have expertise in various things, and we have been able to bring them together. And this is very instrumental because then we are able to increase the participation of women in various sectors especially when it comes to thinking about development and the post-conflict reconstruction of our country. So this is an umbrella body that brings together women.
You are a director for health at the South Sudan Women Intellectuals. Tell us more also about the other work that the women intellectuals are doing in broad. What are the other work?
So the main focus of the South Sudanese Women Intellectuals Forum is to create a platform for dialogue on various issues affecting South Sudan. So one of the major programs that we have been doing regularly, actually weekly, is to bring together women with various levels of expertise in various sectors to discuss pertinent issues that are associated with those sectors. So what happens is that we're able to bring in experts. They could be anywhere in the world, but they're South Sudanese women, and they focus on a particular issue, whether it is healthcare, and we've discussed quite a number of issues focused on health, including the COVID-19 pandemic, including chronic illnesses, including cancer, and we've also discussed a lot of topics that involve education, political participation, and many other topics. And this bringing together of these women to discuss these issues then it enables us to be able to share ideas, share experiences, and also be able to come up with some solutions that may be tangible for our country. Apart from that, the South Sudanese Women Intellectuals have been involved in initiatives in Juba, South Sudan, and most of them are initiatives to improve the lives of those who are less fortunate and vulnerable in our population, including actually impacting directly on the ground by getting donations and giving to people who are in need. And this has mostly been facilitated by the members of our forum who have committed their resources and time to do this. The other things that we focus on is we are very active in advocacy and in ensuring that women are actually represented in places of influence and leadership. And we have been one of the first women's group to be able to look at the statistics in terms of representation of women in various levels of government. And we've been able to indicate that the South Sudan Republic of South Sudan government has not been able to adhere to the 35% affirmative action. And through our advocacy, we have been able to influence some of the states to actually increase participation of women and increase representation of women at state level and at national level. So quite a lot of things that are going on in the South Sudan.
Apart from offering the platform to women, we've seen also men on your platform. So does that mean you also involve men as people who also can make change in the society, or just when it is related to women affairs?
Well, yes, that's an important question. No, we don't involve men only when it's related to women's affairs. We understand the need to bring men into the dialogue and onto the table to ensure that we work for the common good of the South Sudanese people. And you are aware that for most programs that involve women, we also have men who participate and promote the women who we refer to as male champions. So that is definitely there. However, we understand that we are a nation and we are not restricted to only women. We also have men in our nation and we have youth, and we have eventually included them in these dialogue sessions because we know that for us to make impact, for us to make change, then there has to be some unity in terms of the things that we discuss and the solutions that we offer. And for most of the male panels that we have had, we have been able to discuss issues related to health, issues related to political participation, issues related to activism, and we have also been able to bring in leaders from our government, representatives in various ministries and in various commissions who have been able to come and talk to us about their role and what they're doing for South Sudan and some of the challenges that they encounter. And we have been able to also encourage the general public through our page to participate in some of these discussions by sending in questions to ensure that we also hold our leaders accountable for some of the roles that they are playing in the government of South Sudan and in various levels of South Sudan leadership.
What are the connections? What would you say are the connections between the work the South Sudan women intellectuals do at the moment and peacemaking in the country? Because peacemaking has dominated a lot of the issues in the country right now because of crisis and effort to transition the country to peace. So
yeah. So when it comes to connections between South Sudanese Women Intellectuals Forum and peacemaking, I think we're all aware that anything that brings people from different cultures, from different tribes, from different regions together to work for a common goal is already a unifying factor. And unity and the promotion of nationalism is able to actually foster peace. So just by creating an umbrella body that is able to bring in South Sudanese women specifically from various corners of South Sudan, that in itself is a unifying factor that is able to promote peace. We have also been actively involved in advocating against injustice and inequality and sending out our voice to support those who are fighting for the rights of the people of South Sudan and fighting for development and fighting for security to be something that the nation takes seriously. And I think with that kind of activism and advocacy, that also creates an environment where then people are able to look into the issues that are affecting the common people in South Sudan at the ground level, and they're able to impact change and make a difference. Now, national cohesion and unity is one of the fundamental goals of what the South Sudanese Women Intellectuals Forum is doing. And that is why we seek representation of women from all walks of life and from all parts of South Sudan. We also promote institutions and women-led organizations that work on the grassroots level to mobilize and impact on the society and to promote peace. And that kind of support is given in terms of human resources and expertise. We also have initiated the South Sudanese Women Awards for Peace in order to recognize the achievements of women in South Sudan, impacting on the community and ensuring the progress of women and promoting peace. So that is one of the activities.
Interesting. You mentioned the South Sudanese Women Awards for Peace, which just announced recently. And I'm sure our viewers would be interested in learning more about it. So you give us more information about even their participation, because I've seen like you are asking them to nominate women who have done certain things that fit within the categories defined there. So go on, tell us about the South Sudanese women.
Thank you so much for asking me about the South Sudanese Women Awards for Peace, Roger. It's something that we're very, very excited about because I think it is a historic event that has not actually taken place in South Sudan since the time we got our independence. And the South Sudanese awards, Women Awards for Peace, what we're referring to as the SWAP Awards, is basically an award that promotes women who have impacted and brought change within the communities. So the reason this was something that we felt was a great initiative as the members of the South Sudanese Women Intellectuals Forum is because we know that for a long time, the contributions of women to our society and our nation in South Sudan have not been recognized, and they've been largely ignored. And the idea behind this awards was to ensure that this now ends, and this is the beginning of the recognition of women and the impact they have had in their society. So we hope that this awards will be able to bring to the forefront some of the achievements and impact that the women of South Sudan have had in various sectors. And we hope to also inspire many other women to aspire to excellence, especially our youth who at the moment lack mentors and lack people to look up to. And this award is going to include women from various fields and various regions of South Sudan, and therefore promote national unity, and will recognize women who have shown excellence in their areas of expertise and who have been proactive in the promotion of women and women issues and who actively promote peace among South Sudanese. So we will be holding...
There are certain categories mentioned there. We just take us through them. I can't remember all of them, but just take us through them.
So some of the categories for the awards include excellence in leadership, civil service and activism. We also have an award for business and entrepreneurship. And we have an award for excellence in healthcare. Of course, healthcare is not going to miss because I work in the healthcare sector, and we feel that, yes, women who have made a difference in the healthcare sector should also be recognized. There's also an award for youth, an award for excellence in journalism, and an award for gender and human rights. There's also an award for science, technology, and research. And we've not left out an environmental award, excellence in education, humanitarian service award, innovation and creative arts, and recognition awards that will go to people who have impacted the country in various ways. And we also will not forget the diaspora. So of note is that we have what we're referring to as the Lifetime of Service Award and the Peace Award, which is one of the highest awards that will be attained on that day. And we hope to be able to get nominations of women who have been for a long time served and committed themselves and their lives to the service of the country and the people of South Sudan and have impacted on their communities greatly. So there are a number of categories, the number up to 15, and we have a few that we have not listed in the categories that we will announce on the day of the awards.
Oh, that's interesting. You categories that are secret still up to now.
Yes, so there are categories that we are not revealing to the public that will recognize a number of women who have actually made great impact despite having been faced by a lot of obstacles. So for those ones, I will not mention them here. Now, you had asked about how exactly the public can be able to participate and nominate individuals for these awards. Now, we have a page that is quite active on Facebook, and I am sure that is how you came to know about what the South Sudanese Women Intellectuals Forum is doing. And this page is accessible to all the public, and all you have to do is actually like the page or follow it, but you're actually able to comment despite that. So we have put up a poster that indicates the categories for the awards. We have also put up information on what the criteria for each category is, and what we are encouraging the public is to go to our page and under that poster or under the criteria, nominate the individuals that they suit particular categories and indicate the categories that they are nominating for. And if these individuals are people who are known to them, then they should also be able to contact these individuals and tell them that they have nominated them and encourage them to send in their CVs. We encourage nominees to send in their CVs so that they can be considered for these awards. And we have also indicated our email address, so I can maybe say it out loud for those who are able to send it to the email. You can send your nominations to ss.womenintellectuals@gmail.com. So that's ss.womenintellectuals@gmail.com. So you can nominate on our page on Facebook, and you can also send an email with your nominee and the category you're nominating for. And if possible, just add a little information on why you think they should win that award, what impact they have had on the community, and also let us know why you think they are the candidate for that particular category.
And on the process of the award itself, how is it going to go? Because people can nominate.
So,
going to be
So at this stage, we are actually at the beginning of this awards. We are focusing first on receiving nominations for the various categories. Once we have received nominations for the various categories, we will compile those nominations according to the categories. So we have informed the public, and I will inform the public again right now, that the deadline for submitting the nominations is the 19th of this month, because we need to give adequate time for the committee to look through the nominees and use the criteria to determine who will win a particular category. So what will happen is that the nominations will be sent in. A committee will sit and go through the curriculum vitae or biographies of the people who have been nominated, and also determine what the impact in the community has been, either by testimonies or by information that is available on them. And they will use specific criteria for each category to determine who should take the award home. So after the first decisions by the committee, we will remain with 3 people for each category. And these 3 people will be present during the award ceremony on the 10th of June that will take place in Juba, South Sudan, and virtually. And on that award ceremony on the 10th of July, a day after independence, is when then the winner for that category will be read out. So a committee is going to sit down with the qualifications, experience, and impact of these individuals who have been nominated, and use the criteria to determine who then takes home the award. So that's a basic process in general, but of course a lot more things get into in terms of the details of what
the awarding ceremony, the date of the awards, how is it going to go, and what would be like any information about the award, like what those who are going to get the awards should expect at the moment that they're going to
the people who will be getting the awards, the award ceremony is going to be attended by various representatives from international NGOs, from national NGOs, representative from the community. We will also have some of the donors represented, and we hope to have quite a number of people during the award ceremony. But those are details that we will reveal as time goes by, and even the location of the award we will reveal as time goes by. We have a few people who have been able to indicate interest and commitment to supporting and sponsoring specific categories, and also supporting the award ceremony. So as time goes by, we will be able to give more details to the public. And we hope to also invite a number of individuals who have experience and expertise in the various categories that have been mentioned. And these are the people who will be handing over the awards to the category winners. So it's going to be quite an exciting function. And we're going to be streaming it live on Facebook and on our YouTube page. So many people around the world, we encourage you to join us as we celebrate the women of South Sudan. So it's going to be a very exciting event.
What would you tell women who have done, a lot of things that have made impact in the society about your work, and also about the awards in general? What would be a message to the women who have done, great things, and even the public in general, men and women of South Sudan?
I would say that awards are important, yes, and they are able to ensure that women are actually recognized, and we are able to see the impact that they have done in the country. However, the truth is that it is, of course, unable to recognize every single woman out there who has made an impact on the community. And I know there are very many South Sudanese women who are impacting their societies and who actually nobody has heard of before. And we encourage nominations even for people who are not in the public limelight, because we know that there are many silent heroes who have not been heard and who have not been seen. And this platform has actually revealed to us that we have so many South Sudanese women there who are moving mountains and causing and impacting communities all over the globe, not only in South Sudan. And therefore, I would encourage everyone to send in their nominees, because this is going to be a very transparent selection, and we have ensured that the committee will have various people representing various agencies and representatives from the community who will be able to sit down and use the stringent criteria to determine who wins the award. Of course, the awards cannot recognize everyone who has had an impact in the community. However, I would encourage those women who are making a difference for our country, who are impacting on the people of our country, that recognition is not everything. It is the impact that you have that makes all the difference. And the people that you have impacted are the ones who will actually be able to tell of what you have done for the community. So yes, the awards are important, but we also appreciate and recognize the women who are silently making a difference in our country, and we celebrate them.
Well, now we're heading towards the end of the program, and I would like to ask you this. The work the South Sudan women intellectuals are doing, the challenges involved in doing those work, and how would you like to encounter them? Because how would you like to counter them? You talked to us about the panels you've been having, the programs and discussions and all this, but in general, as an organization, what are your like long-term and short-term vision, and then give that also while telling us the challenges involved in your work entirely.
Okay, thank you so much, Roger, for that question. I will start with some of the short-term objectives that we have in the organization. Of course, number one, our main objective is to bring together South Sudanese women under one umbrella and create a united front that is able to discuss issues and advocate for change in South Sudan. That is one of our primary objectives. And we also hope to create a wider network. We already have a wide network, but we want to increase the network of women from South Sudan who are experts in various industries or who have influence in various sectors, even at the grassroots level. And the idea is to be able to have these women in one space where we can discuss things that affect the country as a whole and therefore impact on our nation and in various sectors. I think it's actually a very great idea, and probably a very new idea, where women from various industries are able to come together on one platform. Just imagine the impact that would have on our country if we are able to influence every sector of South Sudan positively and put women who have expertise in those sectors, in those specific positions. So we imagine South Sudan where people are put in positions because of their expertise in those particular sectors, and this leads to impact and sustainable development. And through this forum, we also seek to create a safe space for the women of South Sudan to discuss their issues and be able to come up with solutions for those issues, and to develop both socially, financially, and professionally. And we seek to empower women to aspire for greater participation in all sectors of society and influence the progress and reconstruction of South Sudan positively. So those are some of the short-term goals, including education on various issues that affect the country. So in terms of long-term plans for the South Sudanese Women Intellectuals Forum, we hope that with this network of experts from various sectors, that in time, with the availability of funding, whether from well-wishers, whether from institutions, whether from organizations, we will be able to participate in service provision. And this service provision includes even health services that will target mostly the vulnerable, women and children, legal services, financial capacity building and microfinance for the women of South Sudan to ensure their empowerment and development. We also hope to be involved in education in various fields by establishing training centers that will be centers of excellence for education for women from all walks of life who would like to gain skills in various areas. And this is not only formal education, but also informal education and vocational training. And we also plan to be actively involved in policy development, and some of our representatives have actually been involved in coming up with policy that have been given to the government of South Sudan, and some of these policies have been implemented. So this is something that we want to continue doing, because we are able to provide the experts who are able to discuss some of the things that need to be done for our country and come up with effective policy that is ensured by implementation. We will also create a mentorship program that has already begun, where we pair the women who have advanced in their careers and who have influenced their sectors with young people who seek to go into the same sectors and need people to actually guide them through their journeys, either in their careers or in leadership, in terms of influencing their communities and the country as a whole. And we will continue to provide and also create opportunities for our women in business, in leadership, in career development, by initiatives that will fund programs that will promote the same. So some of the challenges. Sorry?
Even for women who are not intellectuals.
Yes, even for women who are not actual intellectuals. Actually, many people have asked, why intellectuals? Why would we use that name? And they have actually asked whether that it might be a bit of a term that restricts, in terms of the membership, who is part of the South Sudanese Women Intellectuals Forum. But what we always say is this: intellectual does not mean book smart, okay? Intellectual means someone who is able to critically think about issues and come up with solutions for those issues. And anybody can do that. Yeah? Anybody can come up with solutions for issues, whether they have gone to school, whether they have reached whatever level of education. That is something that every human being is born with. So for as long as you... Sorry? Yes?
Because there are different levels of issues which need certain...
Yes, definitely. Like if you were to approach me and ask me about, let's say, what is happening in Kajukeji, where I'm from, on the grassroots level, or things to do with some of the cultural practices my people have, as someone who has grown mostly in exile, that is something I would not have expertise in. But the women at that level who have expertise in, who are able to give ideas and discuss issues related to that, right? So every single level, every single sector, every single field, every single woman has the capacity to make a difference and to make change in their society. So the word intellectuals is actually not restrictive. It means...
Now we were coming to the challenges involved in your work, right?
Yes. So I will go ahead and discuss some of the challenges. The South Sudanese Women Intellectuals Forum, at the moment, one of our greatest programs is the panel discussions that you have mentioned, where women are able to dialogue on issues that are affecting South Sudan. Now, unfortunately, because some of these discussions require internet, require a safe space, and require access to either mobile phones or laptops, there are a number of women who would actually contribute to some of these sessions who cannot actively participate because they have no access to internet and they have no access to a safe space where they can be able to participate, and they have no access to the kind of gadgets that are used to access those discussions. So that has always been one of our major challenges in terms of bringing in women who actually don't have access. One of the suggestions that have been made is that we are able to actually, since our programs are recorded, we are able to approach radio stations and request them to play some of those series that we've had, but we have also run into issues because of the need for translators. Of course, everything that you discuss should be translated into the language of the community that you're targeting, and that has been an issue because we actually run mostly on well-wishers who dedicate their time and sometimes their resources to assist us. Of course, we have also had some support from the UN Women who give us a safe space and give us internet in Juba for those participants in Juba. We also are very grateful for our cross who have been able to assist us with some of our special editions that bring representatives from the Republic of South Sudan government for our discussions. However, there's still a lot to do to ensure that there's inclusivity in some of these dialogue sessions that we have. And that will require funding and require some commitment and will from people who are well-wishers or from institutions or organizations that would like to support the South Sudanese Women Intellectuals Forum.
Some of your panelists have gone like over 2 hours. I saw them online, but yes, that would be difficult to play in radio stations. 2 hours.
Yes, of course it would, but it could always be broken down into sections and create a whole series of programs, which would be interesting because it gives a bit of diversity to what is broadcasted in most of the radio stations in South Sudan. So I would encourage the radio stations that are able to support and work with us to just reach out to us and we can see how we can work together. The other challenge is effecting some of the resolutions and recommendations that we come up with in our panels because most of them require a lot of political will, a lot of advocacy, and require a lot of buy-in from those people who are in positions of influence. And that is not always available. So we can push as much as we can, but until women of South Sudan are able to get into those spaces where they can influence change, then it becomes really difficult to actually impact, especially when it comes to the resolutions and recommendations that we give. But as I said before, most of our panels include representatives from the ministries, representatives from both the state and central government, and the onus is on them to take the recommendations and implement them. Funding, of course, is one of the biggest challenges that we have. We, as I said before, rely on the support of South Sudanese women who have dedicated their time to share the skills and their knowledge on our panels, to share their resources in some of the initiatives that we've had. And we have actually gotten by through the help of well-wishers. However, we appeal to those who would like to support us, who would like to partner with us and collaborate with us, to reach out to us and let us know how we can partner and collaborate. However, we keep moving because the women of South Sudan are behind us and they support us, and we have actually moved mountains on basically nothing but the goodwill of the women of South Sudan. And I'm very proud to say that South Sudanese women are actually very, very serious about bringing change in our country.
Well, in 1 minute or less, give us a final thought as we conclude the program.
So thank you so much, Roger, for inviting me to this program and for letting me speak about the South Sudanese Women Intellectuals Forum, which is a forum that I'm very passionate about and that has brought women together from all corners of our country and women who are South Sudanese from the diaspora. And I think this is an unprecedented idea where we are able to come together and make a difference for our country, and we're able to create an opportunity for our people to hold their leaders accountable. What I would say is that for those of you who would like to support the South Sudanese Women Intellectuals Forum, please reach out to us. For those who have always supported us, we are grateful and we appreciate you. We appreciate the women of South Sudan who have stood by us, who have given their time, who have given their resources, who have freely given their knowledge and expertise to ensure that this forum continues moving forward and continues bringing change to our country. I would like to say something that maybe men might disagree with me, but I say that the women of South Sudan are the future of our country. And I think the South Sudanese Women Intellectuals Forum is evidence of that.
Okay.
Give women a chance.
We men also, there are men doing also great stuff for peace. And
Yes, there are.
well,
Yes, there are.
we have come to the end of the program, the weekly review. Thank you very much, Dr. Pita Lomole, the Director of Health at the South Sudan Women Intellectuals Forum. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Roger, for inviting me. And thank you. Until next time.
To our viewer, thank you for watching this, and keep following us on YouTube, subscribe to our channel, and follow us on Facebook, and keep in touch with our program.